I used to think I handled stress pretty well until my body started to tell a different story. You go to sleep one night and the next morning you wake up with a sore knee you can barely limp to the kitchen. Here are 7 symptoms that could mean your body is more stressed than you realize and tips to do something about them. Even if you think you're managing stress well, your body might say otherwise. When you are stressed, your body releases chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. You might have heard of these chemicals before. Adrenaline triggers the fight and flight response, while cortisol manages sugar digestion for brain energy but also suppresses the immune system. And that's where trouble begins. We all know the typical signs of stress: high blood pressure and poor sleep, a racing heart, for example. But come with me and let's look at how adrenaline and cortisol express themselves in less well-known symptoms. Number 1. Teeth grinding or bruxism. Do you wake up with jaw pains or headaches? You might be grinding your teeth into your sleep if you do. These unconscious clenching can lead to cracked teeth, people, and it's often worsened by acid reflux, which is also induced by stress. Research indicates that stress and anxiety are major contributors to bruxism. If you suffer from bruxism, consider wearing a custom-fitted bite guard for relief. My girlfriend used to wear one and it worked pretty well, but at the end of the day, this is only what treats the symptom and not the cause. Number 2, poor digestion. Stress can really wreak havoc on your digestive system, causing you stomach aches, gases, bloating, or even constipation. When stress slows down digestion, it results in harder stools and more frequent bowel movements, which will provoke stomach aches eventually. When stress speeds up the digestive system, it results in poor nutrient uptake, which then results in a sense of fatigue and physical weakness. If you notice some of these discomforts I've just mentioned after eating or just before sleep, stress might be the blame. Number 3, sore muscles. Are you feeling aches and pain like I mentioned with my knee just before? Without actual physical exertion, muscle tension, especially in your neck and back, it's so very often caused by stress and not structural problems with your skeletal muscles. When this happens, even minimal movement can leave you feeling exhausted and sore, and sometimes even temporarily paralyzed in bed. Chronic stress can lead to chronic muscle pain that shifts around the body without apparent reason and leaves you really wondering what is wrong with you. Number 4, hair issues. Did I say that chronic stress elevates cortisol levels just yet? Well, higher cortisol levels mean higher inflammation in your body. And this can manifest in accelerated graying of your hair and cause more hair loss than is usual, making your hair thinner overall. Unlike alopecia areata, stress-related hair loss results in overall thinning rather than bald spots. And this might be more difficult to notice. Now, don't panic just yet, because all of us lose about 50 to 100 hairs per day, not to mention 5 billion skin cells. Number 5, weight gain. Struggling to shed those extra pounds despite a healthy lifestyle and hours spent on the gym? Chronic sleep loss and increased cortisol can cause subtle but gradual weight gain that is really tough to combat. High cortisol levels can increase appetite and cravings for high-calorie foods. That's true, we all know it. But even if you don't consume high-calorie foods like McDonald's or donuts, or even high-sugar foods like fruit and soft drinks, you can still gain weight. And that's because cortisol signals your brain that you are in danger, that something very bad is about to happen, like a very harsh winter that will kill all your crops and animals. Your body then prepares for this harsh winter by converting as much food as it can now into fats that it can use later. Number 6, frequent colds. If you find yourself frequently getting sick, especially during flu season, here too, high cortisol levels might be the culprit because of its power to suppress your immunity system, your natural way of protecting yourself from sickness. Stress can make you more susceptible to illnesses like colds, cold sores, and even shingles outbreaks. Research has shown that stress can reduce the body's white blood cells count that help you fight off any sort of infection. Now, number 7, the last one, low sex drive. High cortisol levels can also suppress sexual arousal, leading to a lower sex drive. Several clients of mine come to couples therapy because their sex life is drier than the Sahara Desert. They present with worries about whether their partner still loves them, or is cheating on them, or has changed their minds about their marriage. But truth be told, not a few of these cases are solved by simply looking at how stressed these individuals are. Stress has a major influence on our emotional sensitivity and therefore intimacy, both of which are implicated in your sex life. These signs are your body's way of signaling that you are stressed. While you can't always control life stresses, you can manage your response. And here is how to do it. Tip number 1, check your joy levels. The first tip I have for you today is to ask yourself these questions several times a day. Am I enjoying what I'm doing right now? Checking your level of joy in your daily life is a good way to check how relaxed you are. If your stress is higher, answering no to this question will be more frequent than answering yes. If your stress is low, answering yes to this question will be very easy, natural, and spontaneous. If you mostly feel like you have no joy during your daily routines, put in some efforts to create activities and spaces in your life where there is indeed joy. This might not be easy or quick, but it is a powerful antidote to stress. If you are serious about this, stop this video now and put a few task reminders on your calendar asking this very question. Even better, download an app called Random Reminder and log a reminder set to random times, making it harder for your mind to avoid the question. Now, tip number 2, assess your self-worth. The second question I want you to ask is, am I feeling confident that my efforts are enough for others? This question helps you check if you feel adequate in your roles, the roles that you're playing in your family, at work, with your friends, on YouTube. Not feeling enough can make us feel under constant pressure to meet real or perceived expectation, leading to stress. If the answer is no to this question, start talking to a friend about it to explore why this might be and uncover any irrational assumptions you are making about yourself and others. Asking yourself these questions will empower you with thoughts and ideas to decrease your stress in day-to-day life. I love to hear about your own experiences of stress and how you regulate it. Have you ever felt your stress was out of control? What strategies have you found helpful in maintaining your emotional regulation and therefore stress down? Please share your stories in the comments below and share this video with a friend who might benefit from understanding the balancing act of happiness and how to keep stress at bay. Hope this helps. Look after your heart. I'm your shrinking Bansko, and I will see you soon.